Hello everyone, it's Todd Brown from Next Action Associates. I'm going to talk today about the power of outcome thinking, as we say in GTD, about the power of creating visions for ourselves of the futures that we want to create. And this is on my mind for two reasons. I came back from Amsterdam last week. I was spending some time with the global community of people that work in GTD, the folks who are licensed to do the work by the David Allen Company. And got, as part of that, to spend some time with David Allen, which is always a great pleasure and a bit of a thrill. And we spent some time going through the latest in the seminar series. So there's now a third seminar in our seminar sequence, which is called Focus and Direction. And that seminar is very rich, lots in it for those of you who are curious about how you take your GTD practice further. And one of the very powerful themes in it is this idea of outcome thinking, this idea that we can help to change the direction of things in our lives by holding on to outcome visions, imagining things which are not yet true, but which we want to make true. And it's funny, in my own journey with this material, it's at the other end of the spectrum from deciding next actions and figuring out what lists they go on. That's all in my head. That's kind of the tactical stuff, and that's in some ways easier to get my head around. And it's where we get to visions that I start to feel some resistance in myself. To sort of say, well, hold on. You want to have this superb new car. How's that going to happen? How are you going to make that happen? The voices start to come up in me that say there are barriers in the way, or there will be barriers in the way. And David Allen, in some of the conversations that I had with him, he's very clear that it's not important in the moment how you're going to get there. What is important is that you want to get there. David's phrase is, you won't see how to do it until you see yourself doing it. And so it's a reminder for me. One of the things that I've resolved to do after that time in Amsterdam is to be more open and more consistent in identifying these kinds of outcomes. And by coincidence, I suppose, I was reflecting on some coachings that I've done recently, and a coaching that I did very recently with someone who had done something, I suppose that she imagined in the moment that it was quite audacious. She set herself an incredibly aggressive target for the achievement of something. Had to do with she's in a sales role, so it had to do with the sales target. And looking at it at sort of the initial response I had to it was, that's really incredibly aggressive. I heard in my own head these voices going, well, how would it be possible that happens? And yet, we're doing the coaching just in the last little while, this was a goal she set for herself several years ago, and what she found was that she had in fact achieved that goal. So I don't know whether that was the universe sort of providing me with an example which reinforced the learning that I had in Amsterdam, and reinforced kind of this sense of the way in which I wanted my own GTD practice to evolve in the next little while. But again, what I guess I would say to you is pick some things. Pick some things today. Forget about the how you're going to make it happen. Okay, the most important thing is that you want it to happen. David Allen in the seminar, one of the things that he reiterated, which is something that I had tucked away in my own memory of GTD and my own practice, was David says that your desired outcome should be 51% believable, right? So if I have a desired outcome that I want to become a member of the British royal family, that ain't gonna happen. On the other hand, I can come up with things that are 51% believable. And what that means is that they're not certain sure, as my grandfather used to say. They are things which are, they might even come across as a bit unlikely, but they are achievable at some level, even if in the moment that you identify them, you feel like, ooh, that's a bit of a stretch. So paint a picture for yourself of the future that you want to create. Come up with some visions of success, some visions of the evolution of your own world, which feel important, which feel resonant, which feel emotionally impactful, things that you really feel you want. And then over the next months and years, hold on to that vision. Keep coming back to it. It'll inform, of course, choices that you make day to day about what to focus on. And, you know, set yourself a reminder for 2 years' time to do a little bit of an audit, do a little bit of a review of what's happened in the areas of those visions, and see how you did. Thanks for being with me today. I'll look forward to talking to you next time. And in the meantime, if there's anything we can do to help you with your GTD journey, please do let us know. Bye for now.